RV. It'll all be explained on the fifth wheel.
If you're getting into the world of RVs or are already an RV owner, you've probably heard of the term fifth wheel. To those of you who are new to the RV world, the term fifth wheel might mean a friend that tags along on your double dates, or in this case, an awkward dating show from the early 2000s. However, in the RV world, the term fifth wheel refers to a very different and popular type of unit that isn't a provocative fifth friend. This is the history and why it's called a fifth wheel.
Taking power from the drive shaft, the spare tire swings the rear end into the clear. Then he just retracts the spare, backs into the street, and away we go.
But going back over 100 years ago, a fifth wheel didn't look like one of these fancy $2.5 million RVs, but a fifth wheel looked more like this and was a type of hitch used for horse-drawn carriages back in the 1850s. Back then, horse carriages needed a way to turn, so the front two wheels would have this coupling system to allow the front two wheels to turn independently from the back two wheels that could only go forwards and backwards. It's similar to how modern-day non-4x4 cars have the front two wheels turning, but the back two stays stationary. The circular turning point on the wagons would in turn be a colloquial fifth wheel. However, at the time, the hitching system was not dubbed officially the fifth wheel. But come 1915, Herman Farr in Massachusetts applied for a patent on an improved version of this hitch and called it the fifth wheel hitch. On January 25, 1916, his patent was approved and he formed the Martin Rocking fifth wheel along with his partner Charles H. Martin. The Martin Rocking fifth wheel was a round shape, and due to its nature and historical background of being a fifth wheel on a horse-drawn wagon, it was officially given the name fifth wheel. Of course, there was a significant amount of early 1900s patent and copyright drama involved with the invention of the fifth wheel coupling. However, that's quite a long story and we'll save it for another time. If we jump back to present day, the modern day fifth wheel coupling is present everywhere in commercial vehicles and large RV vehicles. In order to have a fully moving unit using a fifth wheel coupling system, you need two parts: a vehicle to pull and the trailer to be joined together by the fifth wheel coupling system. There are two main parts that make up the fifth wheel coupling system: the pin, or often called kingpin, and the actual fifth wheel unit itself that receives the kingpin, allowing the pulling vehicle to hinge and turn at the joint now created. So now you know a little bit about the history of the fifth wheel. The real question comes, is a fifth wheel RV for you? There are a lot of different factors that go into figuring out if a fifth wheel RV is right for you. Probably the first question to ask is if you have a truck large enough to haul a trailer or are willing to purchase one. If you answer yes to this question, you can figure out the next question. And that is, do you want something really big or something a bit smaller? If you want something a bit smaller, going for a traditionally hitched RV might be an option for you or many of the other classes of RVs that are existing in the RV market. A traditionally hitched trailer connects to the back of your vehicle, but fifth wheels typically connect into the actual truck bed. The reason for this is that since a fifth wheel RV is often larger, it needs the more precise turning capabilities the fifth wheel offers, whereas a conventional trailer or RV, due to its smaller size, doesn't require the tight turning radius. If based off this information you're excited to find a fifth wheel RV for yourself, here's what they can offer over other RVs. Fifth wheel RVs are the forerunners in luxury. They have high ceilings and recently even staircases to separate different levels. Many of them have extendable compartments called slide-outs that expand the internal space even further than it is when stationary. There are more options for internal amenities given the extra size and space. Full kitchens, fully equipped bathrooms, and living corridors that echo that of a full-time luxury apartment. But as fancy as everything about a fifth wheel RV sounds, there are drawbacks. The first one being the obvious price differential that comes with luxury. Another drawback is that it does take quite a bit of space to store them, and if you're going for something low profile, this might not be the best fit for you. As with all hitched RVs, if you're driving in the vehicle, you have to get out of your vehicle to get into the trailer. Generally, not a big deal, but if it's raining, it's a small inconvenience to consider. All this being said, fifth wheel RVs are incredible and are often the pinnacle of luxury when it comes to traveling in style, especially with large groups of people. Just whatever you do, try not to end up as a double dates fifth wheel in a fifth wheel, because reality TV might just make a cheesy dating show out of you. There are a lot of nuances about fifth wheels that we couldn't cover in this video today, so leave a comment down below and create a discussion about fifth wheels. If you're already an RV owner and are looking for new and different places to stay overnight, go check out our website at harvesthosts.com. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to see more content like this in the future. Otherwise, stay safe, have fun, and keep adventuring.